We've decided to take a short break by the seaside. Today, the show is coming from Bournemouth. Welcome to Flog It!
In the early 19th century, Bournemouth was just empty heathland between Poole and Christchurch.
Then in 1810, a captain's wife fell in love with the area so much that he decided to build a house for her right here on this very spot, just a short walk from the beach. He later added some cottages, which he let to persons who go sea bathing. Thus, the seaside town of Bournemouth was born. But today's visitors haven't just brought along these and these to the beach today. They've dug out their hidden treasures and they've brought them to the valuation day here at the Bournemouth International Centre.
Where today's fortune tellers, experts Nigel Smith and James Lewis, will be viewing and valuing their antiques, predicting their possible future earnings.
And if the owners like the sound of what they hear and they want to sell, then it's off to the auction room to flog it.
So everyone, roll up, because it's on with the show. And opening today's performance is Nigel, who has found an autograph book full of romance.
Well, Jean, thank you for bringing this little book. It says autographs, but you tell me about it.
It's a love letter. It's in verse and in paintings, done from someone called Billy to his lover, Josie.
Right.
And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, the love letter itself is so intimate, so absolutely...
How did you come by it?
I was buying some stamps at an auction, and it came in the
Are you a
lot.
stamp collector?
Yes, I am. A big stamp collector.
Right. And this just came in with a lot,
That's
did it?
right. I didn't know it was there until I got
Wonderful.
home.
Well, let's have a little look at it, because I've had a little preview here. We've marked one or two things. It's got this lovely little verse in the front. And if I just read this, "My Josie, I know that you'll love it. 'Tis for you and for you alone. Your image was ever before me, as each little sketch was done." And it goes on. And it's wonderful, isn't it? He's done these little drawings in here. And they're all of Josie, are they?
I believe so. That verse, to me, says, yes,
Yeah.
that all these ones are the female.
And quite nicely. They're dated. They're all dated, 1921.
Yes, and he did them all within space of about a month.
She's very stylish, very typical. Look at her in a sort of flapper dress. Very typical of that sort of 20s style. Little
Beautiful.
dog there. Here she's sort of, looks as though she's lighting a cigarette, doesn't she?
Yes, beautiful.
And this wonderful sort of Art Deco-y type dress. And then we've got this one. We can actually, this is wonderful because we can actually see Josie's face there. She was pretty.
Very beautiful.
And then she's in this lovely long ermine-trimmed coat. And then this rather stylish hound here. Looks like a borzoi or something, I don't know.
Which
You any good on dogs?
No, I'm not.
Very stylish, isn't it?
It
Very
is
Art Deco
absolutely
dog,
beautiful,
that.
beautiful.
And then you did one or two sort of slushy sort of animal things in the back, didn't you?
Yes.
There's a kitten and a puppy. You did it. They've spilt the ink.
That's right.
They're all dated 1921.
Yeah, beautiful.
I think it's lovely. How many drawings all in all?
17 altogether.
17 drawings in all.
Yes.
Is it something you might want to sell?
Yes, it is.
And why do you really want to sell this?
I've read it a lot. I've looked at it a lot. It's now sitting in a drawer. And I'd like perhaps someone else to be able to enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed it.
Now then, the big question is, what do we think it's worth?
No idea at all, really.
No idea?
No.
Well, I think it's got to be worth at least £80, hasn't it? Don't you think?
I would hope it'd be worth
Yeah.
something like that because of the sentimental value as well.
Would you sell it for that sort of money?
Yes, I would.
And you can put a reserve of £60 on it,
That
just to
sounds
protect it. And I think if it does make 60, you don't sell it.
I'd rather keep it myself.
Yeah, because it's a lovely thing. What are you going to do with the money?
I'm going to buy some more stamps.
More stamps?
And I might find another autograph book.
I think it'll do very well. It's a very stylish thing. It's very evocative of that period.
Yes.
I think it's wonderful.
It is gorgeous.
Do you think Josie and Billy ever got together?
If someone sent me something like that, they would definitely...
It'd do it for you, would it?
Definitely would.
Excellent.
James is up next now, and has he found a jack-in-the-box or a trick-in-the-box?
Now, Margaret, you've been very patient with us. It's been very busy. Hordes of people here today. What have you brought along for us?
Well, it's my husband's silver collection. part of my husband's silver collection.
Okay. Well, we've got some interesting bits in there. That's a little bonbon dish, little sweetmeat dish there, trinket trays. Interesting lot, but it's not actually the silver I'm interested in. It's the box.
Oh, right.
What do you know about it?
It was my father's box.
Okay, so it's a family thing?
Yes, yeah. When he died, the girls just split the boxes because he had quite a number of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you know anything about its history, about how old it is?
No, I've no idea.
Okay. Well, the first thing to note, it's made of rosewood. You've got these very dark streaks contrasting with the almost like a mahogany colour there. So these dark black, brown streaks tell you it's rosewood. And then it's also cross-banded here, and it's outlined with boxwood stringing as well. The overall form of this is known as sarcophagus shape. Now, sarcophagus shape and rosewood together tell us a date of 1820 to 1825. It's Regency.
All right.
All right?
Yes.
And these are gilt brass lion paw feet and loose ring handles on the sides, and it's a nice thing. It's a work box, a lady's work box. It originally would have had a tray inside, fitted for cottons, reels, pin cushions, that type of thing. And it's a desirable object. It's seen better days, though. We've got little bits of damage to the veneer here, a little bit of stringing missing.
I'm afraid we've just pushed it into cupboards because my dad took care of these. But I'm afraid I've just...
Oh, really? When did you polish it the last time?
About 16, 18 years ago.
So you actually have polished it?
I think I have once.
Well, it needs it more often than once every 18 years. It's got lots of fine scratches. You do need to feed wood.
Yes.
You need to feed it with a good beeswax polish. None of these cheap spray polishes, but if you do that, it would shine. It'll shine like bronze. It'll really bring it to life. And it'll also preserve it. These bits of veneer will be far more secure, and they won't chip off as easily.
Right.
Okay, but it's a nice object. Now, it's almost 200 years old. What do you think it's worth?
I've no idea. No idea whatsoever.
Well, the little bits of silver in here that you brought along to be valued.
Yes.
That one's worth 30 to 40 pounds. That's worth 30 to 40. This one is worth 30 to 40. That's worth about 10 pounds. That's worth about the same. But the box is the most valuable bit. That's worth 70 to 100 pounds.
Oh, gosh. Oh, right.
Not bad for a little transportation box, is it?
I should have taken more care.
It's a lovely thing, and in good order, with all these little bits and pieces put right and nicely polished. I can imagine that being in a shop for 200. All right?
Yes.
So it's a nice box.
Right.
Is that something, I know you weren't planning on selling it because you only brought it along for the transport, but is that something you'd want to sell?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Well, we'll take it along to the auction. Fingers crossed it'll do well. I'm sure it will. There'll be plenty of people there to bid for this. And if it does sell, what are you going to spend the money on?
I don't know. I've got 3 grandchildren, so they'll probably benefit, sure.
Brilliant. You weren't planning on selling this at all then?
No, not at all. It's a complete surprise that you're interested in this and not the silver.
Somebody will love it, I'm sure.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
OK, Karen and Peter, whose boots are these then?
They were my mother's mother's. My mum died when she was about 74, so
Yeah.
I suppose her mother left them to her, and that was it. So
And what have you done with them?
it's been left in the cupboard.
Oh, that's sad. Not in the cupboard, not on display.
No, not on display.
Oh, can you remember them as a little boy in your mum's house?
Yeah, she kept them in a glass cabinet, like at home when we lived at. Then she came to live. She brought them when she came to live with me for a little while. When she.
And what do you think they're used for? I mean, they could be little spill vases. You could put sort of little daffodils or a lily in each one. That'd be quite a bit of fun, but they're not that.
We haven't used them for nothing, have
No, we
Just
haven't used
been
them
up
for
in the
anything. My
cupboard.
mother said they was boot warmers. So
I can see where you're coming from there. At a first glance, you think, yeah. It's a vessel you could pour hot water in and warm up an old pair of boots in, but no, they're definitely not that. I'll tell you what they are. They're like a quirky Victorian novelty spirit flask for putting maybe brandy, something like that in, a whiskey. And I think they're super. And I just gave it away there. They are Victorian. They're a salt glaze, they're stoneware. Definitely made in Derbyshire. They've got that kind of look about them, which reminds me of the sort of bargeware pottery, the treacle glaze. It's got the same colour, could even be Denbigh, but it certainly is the Derbyshire area, and it certainly is around those times, 1880, 1890. And I think they're super, they really are. Unfortunately, one of them's got a slight bit of damage to the glaze. You can see it's flaked off. But I don't think that's too important, because you've got a pair. If there was just one by itself, you'd focus on that, but it's on the inside anyway, so you're not going to see them if you look at them, and they are a wonderful decorator's item. They look almost as if they've been tortoise-shelled, but I can't smell any evidence of rum in there or brandy.
She used to drink VP sherry, so she wouldn't put that in that.
Any idea of value?
I haven't got a clue.
Well, if I said comfortably, I'm pretty sure they're going to do 30 to 40 pounds each, despite this one's poor condition. And let's put a valuation of 70 to 100 pounds. Hopefully we get two people fighting it out.
Yeah.
What would you do with the 100 pounds if it got the top end?
Tax the Jeep.
Tax the Jeep.
Yeah.
Really short and sweet, tax the car. Why do you want to sell them?
I don't drink.
Well, let's hope we start with a flying start with these anyway and get you the top end of the money.
Okay.
And you might spend it there and then before you get home to tax the Jeep.
So, Gianna, you brought a little white box. Tell me what's inside.
Buttons.
Some buttons.
Buttons.
Right, let's have a look. Wow, they're wonderful, aren't they?
They are. They're lovely.
How did you come by these?
All I know is that they were left to in the pub that I have at the moment.
Right.
I've been there 15
There's
years.
the clue.
Yes, I'm a publican.
Right.
And the people that were there before me, I've known them since I was a little girl, and they used to show me these when I was about 9 or 10. And when she left, she gave them to me. We took over the pub, and she left them as a little present.
They survived very well, actually. They're on sort of glass. They're on the original car.